Hello and welcome to PA Academy, and in this video we are going to be covering parallelogram. We are going to be looking at the properties, the perimeter, the area, and we are also going to be looking solving one example under parallelogram. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly click on the subscribe button. We release a lot of educational mathematics and engineering science related videos every day. So let's get started. Now when we talk about parallelogram, this is how a parallelogram looks like. This is the shape of a parallelogram. And let's look at the properties. It says the first one says that opposite sides are equal. Now these are the AB, AB, and then DC. They are on opposite side. That means the length from A to B and the length D to C are equal. So let's assume this is 7 meters long. That means AB is 7 meters long. Then definitely DC will also be 7 meters long. And if it is AD, let's assume this is 3 meters long, then definitely this line BC will also be 3 meters long. So that's what it means, that opposite sides are equal. So the second one says that the diagonals are not equal. Now in a parallelogram, let's put the diagonal. This is what we mean by the diagonal. This line is a diagonal. Now this diagonal and this other one, and this is just a freehand sketch, so it might not be perfect. Now if you look at these two diagonal, you see that they are not equal. Unlike a rectangle, as means a rectangle, the diagonals are equal. But when we look at parallelogram, the diagonals are not equal. If you look at this diagonal, is longer than this one that comes from A to C. So that means the diagonal are not equal. So that's another property of a parallelogram. So then the third one says that opposite angle are equal. That means the angle here, so let's call it theta 1, is also the same thing as the angle here. So it's also the same thing as theta 1. So the opposite angle are always equal. And if you also look at this angle, let's call this theta 2. It's the same angle as this part, also theta 2. So opposite angle of a parallelogram are equal. So these are some of the properties of a parallelogram. So let's look at some of the formulas that is related to parallelogram. So when you want to calculate the perimeter of a parallelogram, so when we talk about perimeter, that means the addition of all the sides. A parallelogram has 4 sides. So if you add all the sides together, the length of all the sides, so that's what we mean by perimeter. So to get the perimeter of a parallelogram, that's 2 into brackets AB plus BC. This is what we mean. So 2 into brackets AB plus BC. So the length of this and the length of this side. So once we add it together, we multiply it by 2. So that's how we get the perimeter of a parallelogram. So one thing is important to note is that you don't need to just memorize this formula that, okay, the formula for perimeter of a parallelogram is 2 into brackets AB plus BC. Just understand the concept that just pick one side, and then the other side, not the opposite side. One side and then the other side, addition of it multiplied by 2. So that will give us the perimeter of a parallelogram. So the next one is the area. So to calculate the area of parallelogram, is base times height. Base times height. So let's look at our diagram again. So we said that the area is the base times the height. So the height is from here to here. So this is it here. So the height of the parallelogram, note, not this length BC. BC is not the height. Take note of it. BC or AD, AD and BC, they are equal. They are the same length, but that's not the height. So don't make the mistake of multiplying this base by this slant line as the height. No. So this is the height. So what you just do is, once you have a parallelogram, just extend the line maybe with a thin line. Just extend it. You extend it. So this point and this point represents the height. Or you can just pick this, like this edge here, and draw a straight line down. A straight line. So let it meet. So this, from this point here to this point, represents the height, not this. So this is not the height, but this is the height. So to calculate the area of parallelogram is what the base times the height. So we are going to be looking at an example. So this we are going to using this example to apply. We are going to apply all this formula in this example. So this example says that find the area and perimeter of the parallelogram above. Now take a look at this parallelogram now. ABDC. That's the parallelogram. We are asked to look for the area and the perimeter. And if you look at this parallelogram, we are only given the base or the length of AB and the length of what of okay a this let's have this as E and AE. Then we are given the height. So if you look at it very well, we are not given the length of this slant side. We are not given. So this is sometimes the question can come like this. So what we are also going to look for the length of this in order to continue with our calculation. So let's start. The area is what it says. So the area of parallelogram is what is base times height. Base times height. Now the base is from this point to this point, and it's also the same thing as from here to here, which is 7. So we are given that from here to here is 7, but from here to this point is 10. So let's split it. So that means from here to here, if from here to here is 7, that means from here to here is also 7 meters. So then, but from this point to this point is 10, while from here to here is 7. So that means here will be 3 meters. So 7 plus 3, that's 10. So that means from here to here is 10. And then let's come back to the area. The area says, well, the base times what? Times the height. The question, we already have the height. We've been given the height. So that means the area will be what? The base is what? That will be 7 meter times height of 4 meter. That will give us 28 meter square. So this is the area of the parallelogram. So let's look at the second one. The second one asks us to look for what? The perimeter. And the perimeter is what? 2 into brackets. So 2 into brackets AB plus BC. So let's look at it. So this time around it will be 2 into brackets AB plus BD. So that's why I said earlier that you don't need to memorize the formula, just understand the concepts. So that will be 2 into brackets AB plus BD. 2 into brackets AB plus BD. Because now the parallelogram can be labeled differently. It might not be A, B, C. I can try to use different alphabets. So just understand the concepts of getting what the formulas. Now, but let's look at it now. We have AB. We already know the value of AB, but we don't know the value of what? Of BD. We are not given BD. We are not given. Either we are not given also AC. As we know AC. AC is also the same thing as BD. So now we are going to calculate the value of what? Of BD. But let's draw BD out. This is it. So if I should draw it out like this. So let me draw it beside it so that you can follow along. Now let's bring out this particular section. This shape is what I want to bring out. This is it here. Let me draw it here. So this is it. If I should bring out this shape, because this is B, this is E, and this is D. Now here is what is 3 meter. This point, this is it. Now the height, this is it here. I will be given to be 4 meter. 4 meter. Now we don't know what this place is, which is BD. So right here now we can apply the formula where we are going to say, okay, let me still write it beside it. So we are going to apply the formula, that is a Pythagoras theorem, which is BD square is equals to BE square plus DE square. That means you square this, add it together and look for the square root. So this, let me bring it out here. So that means this place is B, and this is D, this is E. So this is 3 meters, this is 4 meter, and we are looking for BD. So so BD so BD square is equals to BE square plus DE square. So our BD square is equals to now our BE. This is our BE, which is 4 meter. So it's just let's 4 square plus then our DE is 3 plus 3 square. So our BD square is equals to 4 times 4 is 16 plus 3 times 3 is 9 plus that's 9. So our BD square is equals to 16 plus 9, that's 25. So if you find the square root of both sides in order to cancel out this square, so that means our BD will be equals to square root of 25. Then our BD is equals to 5. So don't forget the unit, 5 meter. So now we've successfully gotten the value of what? Of BD, which is here, that is 5 meter. So this is it here. That means the length of this line is what? Is 5 meter. So some question might not give you all the lengths. It might just give you some length and probably not give you one important length. So you have to look for it. So now we've been able to get the length of BD as 5 meter. Now let's apply the formula proper. So the perimeter is what? 2 into brackets AB plus BD. So our AB, line AB, so our line AB is 7 meter, and our line BD, which we've just got in here, is 5 meter. So let's apply the formula. So that will be 2 into brackets 7 plus 5. That will be 2 into brackets. So 7 plus 5 will give us 12. So that's the same thing as 2 times 12. So 2 times 12 will give us what? 24. So don't forget the unit, 24 meter. So this is the answer. So the perimeter is what? Is 24 meter, and then the area is 28 meter square for this particular diagram. So here is the solution to the question under parallelogram. So with this, I believe you've been able to understand the concept of parallelogram properly. And if you have any question or any comment concerning this video, kindly leave it in the description, in the comment section rather. Kindly leave it there below. If you like this video, kindly give it kindly share this video, you give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to PA Academy. And I'll see you in another video. Thank you.